What's going on, guys? My name's Shaun Kelley, and this is my first ever video I'm going to make, pretty much of my night of the Dallas Cowboys and Giants game, and a couple of things going on this week as well, other than that, but we'll get into that shortly. The Rangers are losing to the Royals. Not too happy about that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But just a real quick, basically what I'm going to start doing here is just give my thoughts and predictions on the games that are going to be played, and give you like a little quick fantasy, sneak preview, what I think you should do, who to play, who to not play, why and where, and what's going on. But simply the big thing is it's a Wednesday and there's a pro football game. I just want to let you think about that. Yeah, I know, Wednesday, pro football game. Well, we're playing tonight in New York. First game, again, second year in a row we're playing in this stadium, the first game. A lot of people remember what happened last year. Romo, no big deal. Romo. Tonight's going to be a different story, obviously, because we're not playing the Jets, we're playing the Giants. And they happen to be the Super Bowl champion Giants. So, 2 times out of 4 years, pretty decent quarterback, Eli Manning. No big deal. I don't know. I don't get worried. I just watch the game, but I love my team. But anyways, basically, there's a couple things that I'm worried about, and there's a couple things that I'm excited about. But first off, I'm worried about, obviously, what everyone's worried about is all the injuries we have. Witten's out here running around, winking at the camera, and I'm like, dude, sit down. It's your spleen. It's like basically playing with the hole in your intestines. What are you doing? Don't even try. Like, if you want to hurt yourself for the whole year, then go for it. But I don't think it's a good idea. I think you should sit down and let John Phillips and Hannah get in there and take the snaps. All right? That's another thing, is the tight ends with John Phillips and Hannah playing tonight, because you're going to sit down Witten. It's going to be a different story there, because John Phillips was hurt all year last year, but he looked good in the preseason. But I think he can block pretty well, so I think Hannah may actually get some passes tonight. Don't be surprised to see him make a run. He's fast, he's big, he's got some wheels, and he has nothing else to do tonight but run over some New York Giants defenders, and I have no problem with him doing that. Also, DeMarco Murray, I think, is going to have a decent night tonight. I expect at least 80 yards, hopefully 100. I'd love 130. I'd love a couple touchdowns, but I'd take one. But hopefully he can give us 5 to 6 yards of carry and get us off the first down, so we're not going second and long like we did all year last year, and not being able to convert our third downs, especially against the Super Bowl champion Giants. So it's kind of a big deal. Also, the offensive line, they looked okay, but moving our second-year guy, I can't think of his name right now, Smith, whatever, to the left side, I don't know. I would rather him be on the right, but they're trying that out, so I'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully Romo's just not on his back all night or scrambling around, because I don't know about this offensive line. I don't think they've been tested at all. It's 4 games in preseason. It's not going to really show you much, but I hope that's not the case. If that is the case, then it's not going to be a fun night for the Cowboys. I expect 10 points, maybe 17 at the best, if that happens. If that happens, they're going to score 30. It's going to be a 31-17 victory for the stupid Giants. Anyways, excuse me. Defensively, I think we looked great, better. I mean, anything looks better than our defense from last year, but corners are tremendously a big upswing this year. We've gotten a lot better in there. Church at safety. I don't even know who our safety is. Not going to lie. That's how bad this is. But I think our secondary will be okay. I think Momo, what do they call him, Maurice Claiborne out in LSU, he's going to hold his own. He's a rookie. Give him 4 or 5 games to learn the speed of the receivers, one thing, and the game. But I think Brandon Carr looks pretty good. He might be all right. He had a couple lucky interceptions because they were tip balls, but he's a pretty good defender and he can run, and he's shown me that he's going to be pretty mean out there and push and shove a little bit. So I'm hoping to see that. I'm hoping to see, hopefully, not a lot of penalties. I think Shaun Lee's going to be one of the best middle linebackers in the game. If not, he may already be. I'm serious. This kid's a coach out there. He's better than a lot of people at that position right now in the game, and he's only been in the league for like 3 years. I mean, the guy's ridiculous. And he can intercept passes off Peyton Manning. No big deal. But, he's got Eli tonight, so hopefully he'll just switch Manning's over and give us a couple picks. It's kind of hard to ask, but that guy's a beast out in the middle of the field. He's everywhere. He's like Dat and Wynn, except he can cover better, and he's going to have a better career, no offense to that. But I like the guy. I like the guy a lot out there. He's going to teach our other guys how to be a warrior out there. And that's what we need, especially with Ryan's defense. I think we're getting better at that as well. We've learned. We've had a whole summer to finally have a whole summer to learn his defense. And I think we're going to get a lot better in that, and the switches, disguises that we're going to be doing tonight, because they have a pretty good quarterback back there and some decent receivers that we found out last year. But also, just to make it quick and easy here, I don't think the Giants are going to have the greatest year like they did last year, even though it wasn't a great year. But I don't think Victor Cruz is going to be getting tip passes when he goes 80 yards for a touchdown, and whoever else out there is going to go and just get lucky. It's not going to happen. They're going to have to work for it this year. People are going to be gunning for them. And it starts tonight with my Dallas Cowboys, because we're going to be coming for them. I mean, we're going to get out there and blitz, disguise blitzes, move around, do things that we haven't done in a while, and I expect a pretty even game for the first half, hopefully. If we can keep it low scoring and get a lead on them quick, then you know what? We can win this game. We can win this game easy. We can win this game 24-0. We just got to shut them down. But it is just doing that. I hope we don't have to get to our kicker too much. I hope we're scoring touchdowns and not going for 3. That's a big deal, too. I hope Jason Garrett keeps his whistle out of his mouth so he doesn't ice our own kicker. That was stupid. Another thing is Garrett. I hope he comes out there and just coaches a good game and lets the other coaches that we have them, like Callahan and Ryan and all these guys that when we brought Ryan in 2 years ago. But Callahan's a big deal to me, because that guy's mean. He's mean. Yeah, trust me. If anyone's played under him, they know he's mean. But we got him. So my overall prediction of the game, I think it's going to be I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say the Cowboys 24-17. So I'll stick with that. I'm just going to stick with that. Fantasy-wise, real quick, obviously sit Witten. He's not going to play. He better not play. Now, DeMarco's a decent choice. If you have him, I have him. I'm going to start him. Give him a shot, see what he's got, against a good defense and pretty weak young secondary like the Giants have. He might be able to get out in the open, and who knows? The kid's fast, but he only played 7 games last year, so I really can't tell you that on a consistent basis what I'm going to expect from him. But Romo, it's a tough deal tonight. If you have somebody like Schwab or even obviously Cam Newton, I would say start them. I wouldn't go with the Romo tonight because it's a decent defense. They're going to be getting on him, and with the offensive line we have, he may not be throwing the ball too much, so you may not get a lot of points from him. Defensively, I would start the Giants' defense because they could do something tonight and get a couple moves on their special teams, which will slow us down right away, obviously. But really, tonight's not a fantasy game because it's the first game of the year. A lot of guys like Victor Cruz and all them, I don't expect them to just have the highlight reel numbers. I mean, I would start Victor Cruz, but I probably wouldn't start anybody else unless maybe they're tight end that the Giants have. Cowboys-wise, all I would start would be DeMarco Murray, Romo, or that's about it. I wouldn't start anybody else. So that's my overall prediction on that. And basically, I'm going to go and get geared up for the game, and I'm going to go watch it, and then I'm going to come back here and do a final overall analysis of what happened, what I think, what I feel, and what I'm happy with and sad with. So other than that, the Rangers have a game against the Royals tonight, which they better freaking win because I'm just not going to take another loss with the Royals. So otherwise, I will see you guys in about 4.5 hours, and hopefully I'll be looking like this. All right, guys. I'll see you soon.